What up, you guys? It's Dimmune, and welcome back to Secret of Mana Remake. So we are here at the Water Palace. We just finished up getting our first water elemental. Let's take a look here and see what we've got going on so far with the characters. This is where we're at. Looking pretty decent, and here's Undine. Fantastic. And that's all we've got there. Monster-wise, we've got our werewolves from earlier, and the Eiffelfish. The Iffish that we defeated in the caverns to the east. So the game log is telling us right now that the party obtains the power of the water elemental Undine. Sage Luca tells them to return to Gaia's Navel and Dwarf village. From there, they must continue down into the underground palace. And as you can see, I've got a level requirement of 13. And we're not going to get any mandatory items in this episode, but we should be able to get a couple items that are helpful for our weapons. Not to mention, possibly a new friend. So we're going to head out and head south here, because we need to go back to Gaia's Navel. So let's see. It's amazing to see the power curve that we're feeling already. If you remembered, it took a lot of hits to be able to bring these guys down, and now we're making quick work of everybody as we're working our way through here. Very good, very good. Of course, the mushroom will still take a couple hits, so he is a little bit tougher. I'm not going to take the flight. You could take the fast travel that's up north by the Potos village, but I'm not going to take that route. I'm gonna go back to Pandora village real quick, and we're just gonna kind of see what's going on with the town's village and the town people there. Still a zombie. What about you?
Leave me alone! I don't know anything! It wasn't me!
Sound guilty. So I just kind of want to talk with the townspeople a little bit more. I didn't do that when I first came in, and generally it's a good idea to do such things. That way you can kind of learn a little bit more about the area and stuff.
Strange.
Oh, what is she doing?
Pamela? What's the matter? You're acting strange.
So that must be Primm's friend. Because this is her hometown, so this is where she's from. That's interesting. The Thanatos is targeting the adults, but he's not targeting the young children.
Oh, this is awful.
She's still saying the same thing. Good deal. Oh, can't talk to this guy. He is dancing but a zombie at the same time.
Leave me alone.
Oh, I forgot. She wanted to be left alone. Yes, yes. How silly of me.
This is Pandora.
Is it?
Why are there people near the entrance to the southern ruins wearing strange masks?
The Empire attacked us once about 15 years ago.
When's Tyler coming back? He promised he'd play with...
I'd be curious.
No, there's an enormous tree called a mana tree. That's what they tell me.
Be curious why they are wearing those masks. They are kind of creepy looking.
Did you oust that witch? Did you oust that witch?
Both said the same thing. Fantastic work.
Something evil lives in the ruins in the south.
What a nightmare. My people are acting like zombies, and I have no idea when the Empire might strike. Oh, my head. I will retire to my chambers until this headache recedes.
This was such a peaceful country until now. What is the world coming to?
It was nice to see a little bit of changes. Still not a lot has happened since we were here last. I figured there would have been more at this point, but
My old wife's gone a bit senile. She doesn't get out and won't say a thing. But now my granddaughter Pamela's acting strange too. I don't know what to think.
oh, so this must be where Primm's friend lives. She lives with her grandparents. And I've noticed they changed that girl's name. It wasn't originally Pamela or whatever. It was like Fana or something in the original. That's interesting.
The master has been out of sorts since you left, miss. Please come back. Think of your father.
And this is Primm's house.
You're back.
Dad, no! I won't come back until I find Dialogue.
You're back.
Dad,
I figured they'd had some more dialogue there, but no. She is not coming back. She is done. So now we could probably start skipping through. These mobs are pretty negligible to what we're doing now. I do want to stop by Kippo Village here real quick. Just because of the... I feel like I missed something for Primm. Because she wasn't with me when I came through here. At one point. Kung Fu dress. It's no good for her. She's got everything else she needs. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to carry a couple of those, just for now. As you can see, they're only 150 gold, so not as expensive as if you were buying from Nico like I did earlier. This is just some insurance in case I do end up losing a member, which shouldn't be the case now that I have the mana elementals with me. Which, by the way, I did finish up the last video just by leveling those guys. So once we get to the underground city, I'm going to talk a little bit more about how that works. And right to what? So we'll go ahead and we'll do some upgrades.
I've been waiting. Which weapon is ready for reforging?
Okay, cannot. Boomerang can go to level 2. Proceed. Yeah. Spiked Knuckles can go to level 2 as well. Alright, so we had 2 weapons go up. Leveling those weapons up with gold is mandatory to get the 100% achievement, as all weapons need to be brought to level 9. Alright, now that we're here, we can begin. So now that we have our water elementals, we can start using magic on it. Now, they specified that it needs to be like ice or water magic or whatever. Now, even though this elemental is considered of water base, absorb and acid rain isn't going to work here. It needs to be a specific spell. So here we can target it. Can't target anything else, and we'll go ahead and do that. And there you go. We now have access to the next area. So quickly, I'm gonna look at the status. My character is level 11. I do need to be level 13 before I go into the final room, so there's a bunch of new enemies in here that we're going to be going through and killing. Some of them will require magic because their evade is just so high that you can't hit them with physical attacks. So let's see what we got going on. We're going into the underground palace, and I'm trying to show you where I messed up in my first playthrough. Now, we got everything else in that playthrough. It's like a 98% completion, but when coming into this area, you're going to notice two goblins. And these guys have boomerangs and axes. Now, my problem here was I was top dog. I'm the man of night, and I didn't expect to be as top dog as I was when I came through here originally. These guys spawn a mob. So these are considered, let me see. These are called goblins. So the goblins that we fought outside of Gaia's navel were called kid goblins. These goblins are called goblins, and then they spawn another goblin called ma goblins. And that's our problem, and that's what we missed. Now, obviously, I'm trying to give these guys the benefit of the doubt here and trying to get them to spawn, and they're just not doing it. So we're gonna see if I can get the next set to do anything. Just gonna completely play. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get with Pops here, and I'm gonna let Pops just work on the chest over here. There we go. He finally got it out. Ma goblin. So here's the creature that we were missing, right there. Ma goblin. So the pink goblins spawn the blue goblins. That's what you got to be worried about. So right there, that kind of shows you it's a little difficult to get those goblins to spawn. Apparently, in the original game, very simple. I mean, they almost immediately would bring them out. However, in the remake, I don't know if they mess with the mechanics or not, but they don't come out nearly as often. Now we can look at our guide, monsters, and there we go. If you'll see that this mob is missing from the rest of the play, I'm going through on a second playthrough and showing you guys what I missed, being, you know, just careless and just killing everything I seen instead of letting that mob spawn. In future videos and stuff like that, you will still see this missing, but know that everything else is taken care of. You're going to get 100% achievements going forward, so long as you follow the guide. This is the only thing that was missed, and as you can see, it's just because I wasn't paying attention at the time. I was just killing everything I saw and thought that was enough. So anyways, there we go. So these two goblins right here are able to spawn extra goblins, kind of like how the I Spies in the Haunted Forest. Nice, I'm already level 12, so it won't take long at all. There, we work on this goblin as well. These goblins have, you know, basic melee attacks and stuff like that. Worth a lot of gold, worth a lot of experience, so they're very worthwhile. They can also spawn extra mobs with them, like I said earlier, so you just need to be careful with them. This guy right here, the Chest Knight, has a high amount of evasion. As you can see, he doesn't take a lot of damage. He does have a spell that he'll use that actually increases that even further, which can be pretty detrimental to your progress and make him very inefficient to fight. So, he would be one of those candidates that you would want to use magic on if you were trying to clear through here. As you can see, we've seen this mob before. Made quick work of him this time. Now that we're a little bit higher level, we have a little bit better chance on hitting. We're gonna go into the other side here. And he got smashed. They're not nearly as active as they were in the older game. Alright, so we got somebody here. You don't technically need to kill these guys because these are the same mobs from the Gaia's Navel. Same with this bat. Nothing special here. Now that we hit both switches on the floor, I should open up the middle part right here where we can walk in. Yep, perfect. And then it doesn't matter which side you hit, it'll open it. As you can see. So, let's hit that and move on in. Another goblin. So like I said before, those goblins are extremely efficient to kill every single time. Say that you do... Oh, he's even got a boomerang. I forgot they have a range attack along with their melee attack. Say that you do end up clearing this area, the mobs all disappear, and this place is cleared. So if you're wanting to grind this area, you just don't go into the very last part, which I'll show you, which that is. Come with me, thank you. Another fairy walnut. These fairy walnuts are extremely important. They recover your mana bar. Very expensive from any vendor. I think they're like 1,000 gold. So the fact that we can get them from here is actually pretty cool. So speed up level 2 on the Chest Knight, so his accuracy, evasion is higher. It's a little bit harder to hit now. As you can see, I'm missing a little bit more. Still getting in there.
This is the altar room.
Just barge in here. The great gnome ain't gonna let pipsqueaks on his turf. Now scram!
What a lot of hot air. Why don't you scram?
Yeah, I'll teach you a lesson, little brat.
Ha! Take this!
Why, you little... Uh-oh, I'm out of here.
Look, there's something back there.
Oh. So normally it doesn't like put you into combat like that. But we'll go ahead. Oh. So this is Fire Gigas. As you can see, he disperses himself and then comes back up. And he has a couple other mechanics here, so he's putting Lava Wave on us, which is a gigantic hit of fire to all members. So we're gonna get Primm here. Do a quick hit of healing for us. And then we can also get her to do something else. So since this guy is fire base, he can put Ice Saber on all of our weapons. So all of our weapons will have more of a icebound attack, which he is more susceptible to. Fireball to each of us. So we'll go ahead and have Primm heal. Let's wait for him to come back. This would be a time to heal in case you're falling behind. Stuff like that. So I want to get Popoi involved here. Yeah, that's a good hit right there. Way to go. Obtained Axe Orb. Let's see. The status. I didn't anticipate actually going in and killing the boss. I forgot that it automatically puts you in combat with him like that. Normally, I would have stepped back and grinded a little bit more. This is fine. We'll be fine.
What a relief! Good thing you guys are strong. That oaf was always bugging me. Sorry, I kind of let loose on you guys in frustration. No hard feelings?
I'll show you hard feelings. Swear your loyalty to me, and maybe, just maybe, I'll forgive you. Otherwise, I'll throw you to my vicious bodyguard.
Randi.
Please, forgive me. I'll be your servant. I'll do anything.
Hey, who are you calling your bodyguard?
I know when I've met my match. Call on me anytime. I'll be there. Now, close your eyes, boss. Now both you and the missus over there can summon me.
Excuse me? Since when were we an item?
I like your style, Gnome.
Well, that's that. Be seeing ya.
Gain the power of Gnome.
Come on, we gotta get to the mana seed.
So, this was our second palace, and there's another mana seed to take in. Synchronized with the mana seed.
Come on.
Ooh, my head. Ow.
You okay?
Hang in there.
Ah, sorry, I drifted off there.
Give me a break.
Hey, don't get ants in your pants. While I was asleep, my past came back to me. I lived in the forest in the Upperland. So it's decided. That's where we gotta go. I'll let you hang out with me until we get back to my home. You're welcome.
Gee, thanks.
Okay, so Poppy here, who was having some memory issues, has apparently got his memory back and remembers where he's from, which is the upper land to the north. Cool. And then also, now that we got our second mana seed, this opens up a couple things for us, because of course now we're getting more and more stronger. This also does a couple things. So when you're looking at the status log, you can see mana power on the bottom. Of course, we have the blue seed, which is water, and then the brown seed, or yellowish brown seed for earth. So now that we have 2 mana seeds, we are considered at level 2 mana power out of, I think, there's 8 seeds or something like that. So what this does is it allows us to be able to kind of see our magic level here. So previously, whenever I leveled Undine, we only had 1 mana seed, therefore she could only go to level 1. However, now that we picked up a second mana seed, now her power can increase to level 2. Same with Gnome here, now that we have 2 mana seeds, his power can go all the way up to level 2 as well. So that would be important to remember, as anytime we come across a mana seed, that means our power can get stronger, and we can continue to level them, which we absolutely need to do to get that achievement. So we will go ahead, use the magic rope here, and we're going to get out of here.
Can you hear me?
Oh, Lucas calling again.
Gemma has not returned from Pandora yet. Something must have happened. I sense evil in the Pandora ruins. Perhaps you can look into it and find out what's keeping Gemma.
Luke is right. We need to get to the Pandora ruins on the double.
Okay. So we need to head over to the Pandora? Yeah, Pandora ruins. We were just there earlier, but now Gemma hasn't returned, then something happened. Something's wrong. We'll stop by Watts here. Cannot forge. The axe is ready to go. Cannot. In the original game, their icons just would be grayed out and it was much easier to tell. However, they didn't do that with the remake. Everything's still colored. All I can look for is that can or cannot forge option. And each time we forge them, it gets more and more expensive too. And I think this will be the time we actually get to fast travel, because we don't need to run through the forest like this anymore. Oh. I think this one to the north allows us to go to where we need to go. Hey man.
Welcome. It's
Water
been a
Palace.
trip. What'll it be?
Pandora. Perfect. So yeah, we're gonna go over to Pandora.
Pandora? You sure? Try not to open yourself up to mischief while you're there. Just pop yourself into the barrel.
Bam. Alright, but that's going to do it for this episode here. We are going to cut it off, and when we come back, we will deal with this evil threat that has been plaguing the Kingdom of Pandora now, since we've been here, basically. So, I guess I'll see you guys in the next episode, and I'll see you later.